13 killed in a bus accident in Andhra Pradesh. President and PM expressed grief over the loss of lives. 13 people are dead in a major road accident in Andhra Pradesh early this morning after a private travel bus collided with a tipper truck and caught fire near Rayavaram in the Markapuram district. The crash occurred near a quarry site. The impact triggered a fire that rapidly engulfed the bus, leaving it completely gutted. Preliminary reports indicate that several passengers were trapped inside and died in the blaze. Officials said the death toll may rise as rescue and identification efforts continue. At least 20 injured passengers have been shifted to nearby hospitals for treatment. Police and emergency teams reached the spot soon after the incident and launched rescue operations, evacuating the injured and securing the area. Officials said the bus, operated by a private travel company, was traveling from Hyderabad to Pamaroo at the time of the accident. The President, Vice President and Prime Minister have expressed grief over the tragic bus accident in the Markapuram district in Andhra Pradesh. In a social media post, President Draupadi Murmu extended her condolences to the bereaved families, calling the incident deeply distressing. CP Radhakrishnan prayed for the speedy recovery of those injured. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed sadness at the loss of lives in the mishap. The Prime Minister announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees from PMNRF for the next of kin of each deceased and 50,000 rupees for the injured. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu expressed shock over the incident. He reviewed the situation with officials and sought details on medical care for the injured. He directed authorities to ensure proper treatment and ordered a comprehensive inquiry. Authorities have initiated an investigation to ascertain the cause of the accident. In Drive South, Jaishankar meets with his Canadian counterpart Anita Anand on sidelines of G7 Foreign Ministers meeting in France. External Affairs Minister Drive South Jaishankar met with his Canadian counterpart, Anita Anand, on the sidelines of the G7 Foreign Ministers meeting in France. In a social media post, Drive Jaishankar informed that they discussed the advanced bilateral agenda of both countries. Drive Jaishankar said that they also discussed recent developments in West Asia. Drive Jaishankar also met the Foreign Minister of Korea, Cho Hyun, and discussed further advancement of their partnership.
Rajbari, Bangladesh. At least 23 people have died and several others were injured after a passenger bus fell into the Padma River in Bangladesh, officials said. Police Inspector Russell Malla stated that 23 bodies have been recovered so far, while some passengers are still missing. A few people survived the Durgatana. He added that rescue operations were paused at night due to poor visibility but will resume in daylight. Multiple agencies, including the fire service, Navy, and police, are involved in the ongoing efforts. The incident occurred around 5 p.m. when a bus carrying around 40 passengers fell into the river from a ferry near Terminal No. 3 at Dalatdaya. The bus was traveling from Rajbari to Dhaka, about 128 kilometers away, and was on board the ferry at the time of the accident. Witnesses, however, claimed that the bus was carrying at least 50 passengers, as it had picked up additional travelers along the route. According to reports, rescue ship Hamza managed to pull the Su. BMERGED bus out of the river nearly 6 hours after the incident. Parts of the vehicle became visible around 11:15 p.m., and by 11:30 p.m., the entire bus was lifted using a crane. Emotional scenes were witnessed at the riverbank, where relatives of passengers gathered, hoping for news of their loved ones. One survivor recounted that he managed to swim to safety but lost his wife and child as the bus sank. Another survivor, Abdul Azizal, said he also swam ashore, while his wife and child remain missing.